What is going on, my friends? Ryan Williams here, back with another one, and in today's video I'm going to show you how much income I received in dividends this month. In the month of December, I received dividend payments from 12 different companies, the total of which was a great way to finish out the year 2021. At any rate, we are going to run through all of these payments and total them all up at the end, and after that I'm also going to share with you guys how much I made for the entire year 2021, which I'm very excited to do because this year in 2021, we hit a really cool milestone. So that's what we have coming up first, and then later on in this video, we'll be getting into a little bit of a Q&A where I'll be answering some of your questions on the topic of dividend stocks versus ETFs, and also dividend stocks versus growth stocks when investing at a younger age. Anyway, before we get rocking and rolling, if your favorite type of income is dividend income, then go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. And also, if you like learning more about dividend stocks, then I'd ask you to consider subscribing to my channel. On this channel, I strictly talk about dividend stocks. And at this point, I'm putting out 2 videos every single week, most of which are different analyses on the dividend stocks that I come across, as well as inside looks into my own dividend portfolio, like what we're going to be doing today. So if that's something you'd like to see more of, then consider hitting that subscribe button and following me along on my dividend investing journey. Anyway, thank you so much for doing that. And now, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, my friends, buckle up because we have a lot of dividend payments to get through today. The first of which comes from American States Water Company, ticker symbol AWR, who on December 1st paid me a dividend of $3.67. All right, guys, now looking at all my positions here, we can see that AWR is the 5th one down here. And I feel kind of bad because this is a company that I own, and I've got to say it is probably, out of all the stocks in my portfolio, the one that I know about the very least, or definitely one of them. And I feel bad because it's like my best performer right now. I mean, I currently have 10.103 shares at an average cost per share of $79.15, bringing my total gain to just over 28%, which I actually think this is the best performing stock in my portfolio. But for those of you who are not aware of it, it is a company in the utility sector. And I do remember one of the things I really liked about this company is they had some government contracts with different military bases across the country. So that seemed pretty promising to me. But I definitely need to brush up on my AWR because, like I said, I just don't know a lot about it in my portfolio, and I feel kind of bad. But in the meantime, I'll take that 28% gain, and I am loving that. All right, guys, now jumping over to the second dividend payment, which came from XYLD, who also on December 1st paid me a dividend of $6.93, which when combined with the dividend payment from AWR brings our total in the month of December so far to $10.60. All right, now looking at all my holdings, XYLD is right here at the bottom. Now, if you've been watching my videos for some time, you'll know that both XYLD and JEPI are relatively newer positions in my portfolio, and I don't intend to hold these companies for the long term. I probably at most will keep them for a couple years, and really just bought into both of these to generate some more passive income instead of having my cash in my checking account just sitting there collecting dust. But at any rate, guys, I really don't have too much movement here with XYLD. I own 19 shares at an average cost per share of $50.60, and it is barely up, 0.24% gain. But really, I'm not buying into this company because I want it to appreciate and value a whole bunch. Really, it's more of an income play. And if we click here, guys, we can see that the forward dividend yield of XYLD, I think it should say it on here, right? Right there. Distributions and yield 9.2%. So it's got a really high yield. All right, guys, now moving on to the third dividend payment, which also came on December 1st. This one came from Intel, who paid me $5.61 this quarter. And our total income so far combined with all of these 3 companies we've talked about is $16.21. Not too shabby. All right, guys, now scrolling down to find Intel right here. I've been loving Intel, guys. You guys know, if you've been watching my videos, I've been buying $50 worth of Intel every single week for at least the last probably 10 weeks at this point. I've been buying Intel just pretty consistently now for a while. My position's really not doing too terribly bad. I currently have 24.288 shares at an average cost per share of $52.31. And right now I'm only down about 2.5% with Intel, but this company has seen some pretty good gains in recent time. And I think if we go over here, it's gonna tell us if we zoom out to the last 5 days. Let's zoom out to the last month. So it's a little bit in the green in the last month. It looks like at the end of November, it was just under $50 per share. And right now, as you guys can see, it's just over $50 per share. It seems to hover in that range. All right, guys, now jumping over to the fourth dividend payment I received in December. This one came from JEPI, who on December 6th paid me a dividend of $6.12, which brings our total so far in the month of December to $22.33. Now, we're gonna see just like with XYLD, guys, there really has not been much movement for JEPI. I'm only up 1.5%. I currently have just over 16 shares. And December was actually my first dividend payment received from these guys. Same with XYLD. I forgot to mention that a moment ago. So that's pretty exciting. An extra, $12 or so combined between the two get every month. Definitely better to put that cash to work than having it just sit in my checking account. That's an extra $12. That's like 3/4 of a trip to In-N-Out Burger for me. So pretty happy there. All right, and we are just breezing through these guys. Moving on to our fifth payment of the day. This one came from Southern Company, ticker symbol SO, who on December 6th paid me a dividend of $11.46, which brings our total so far for the month of December to a whopping $33.79. Not too bad for our, the first 6 days in December, I'd say. All right, now scrolling down, let's find Southern Company, guys. So as you can see, I have about 17.5 shares of Southern Company at an average cost per share of $59.80. And my position's actually doing pretty good right now. So I'm up 11.5% of Southern Company. Not too shabby, a gain of about $120. I like to see that. I hope that keeps going. In the meantime, getting a pretty solid dividend from Southern Company. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this company. All right, my friends, moving on to the sixth dividend payment from December. That one came from Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol JNJ, who on December 7th paid me a dividend of $11.51, which brings our total for the month so far to $45.30. We are off to a great start in December. All right, now scrolling down to find Johnson & Johnson, guys. So I currently have 10.928 shares of J&J, almost 11 shares, at an average cost per share of $158.65. And I gotta say, my position with this company has actually come down fairly recently. I think at one point I was in the double digits for Johnson & Johnson, but now I'm sitting at a gain of 5.85%, which isn't too bad. I'm up just a little bit with this company, and I actually wouldn't mind adding a little bit more of this to my portfolio. As far as healthcare goes, I have this one and I have AbbVie, which I think is another great company to own. My position in AbbVie is doing considerably better than what's going on with J&J, but at any rate, Johnson & Johnson, great company to own. It's dividend king. It's a beast of a company. All right, guys, now moving on to the seventh dividend payment I received in December. That one came from Chevron, ticker symbol CVX, who on December 10th paid me a dividend of $17.28, which brings our total for the month of December so far to $62.58. All right, guys, and scrolling down, you can see Chevron right there. I currently have just over 13 shares of Chevron at an average cost per share of $92.27. And this has got to be the second best performing stock in my portfolio right now, with my total gain at 25.86%. It's actually kind of funny. I get some comments sometimes, not very often, but every once in a while, saying how I need more growth in my portfolio. I need more appreciation. I need more growth stocks like maybe Apple or Microsoft or something. But I don't know, guys. I feel like my portfolio is pretty well balanced. I have some stocks that have really done well for me as far as capital appreciation. AWR, Chevron is another one. Scrolling down, I think Starbucks isn't doing too bad. WP Carey's not doing too bad. Realty Income has come down in share price lately, but that one was over 20%. Procter & Gamble over 20%. So I think I'm doing pretty good as far as capital appreciation goes. And my main goal really is to create passive income, generate more dividend income. And I'm doing pretty good with that too. So overall, I think my portfolio is in a really good spot. Really happy with what I'm seeing here with Chevron. These energy stocks have been on quite a bit of a run lately. All right, guys, now moving on to the eighth payment in December. That one came from 3M, ticker symbol MMM, who on December 13th paid me a dividend of $15.15, which brings our total for the month so far to $77.73. We are getting pretty close to that triple digit mark, guys. Now jumping over here, let's go back here. 3M is going to be the first stock right here. And I currently have 10.321 shares of 3M at an average cost per share of $168.20, with a total gain of really not much, 2.64%. But this company has come down in share price quite a bit in recent times. Now, if we take a look at its share price performance, in the last year, it's gone up, went up over $200 per share, and has come down to where it's at now. So this stock is kind of making some interesting movements in the last year, but not mad about it. I mean, I think it's at a pretty decent valuation right now. If it gets to under $170 per share, I'll probably contribute a little bit more money to it, but I'm really not in that big of a rush to do so. As far as industrial stocks, guys, I'm picking up some Lockheed Martin every single week, so definitely getting my fill of industrials with that bad boy. But you know, you can never have too much 3M. So if this comes down a little bit more, I might throw a little bit more money into it. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, we are getting pretty close to being done. We are now on the 9th payment for December, which came from Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO, who on December 15th, wow, we're only halfway through the month. On December 15th, they paid me a dividend of $9.55, which brings our total so far for the month of December to $87.28. We're getting there, guys. Now going back over to all of my holdings here, guys. Coca-Cola, where are you at there? Okay, there you are. Third from the bottom right there. So I currently have almost 23 shares of Coca-Cola at an average cost per share of $51.36. And my total gain for this company is not too bad. 13.28% gain, or about 150 bucks. All right, guys, now moving on to payment number 10. This one came from Main Street Capital Corporation, who on December 15th paid me a dividend of $6.11. And I could be wrong, but this may be the first time I got a dividend payment from this company that's over $6. I think all of them have been, like the last one might have been like $5.88 or something like that. But at any rate, guys, with this payment, that brings our total so far for the month of December to $93.39. Now, as far as my position goes, guys, I currently have, as you can see there, like right in the middle of the screen, 29.253 shares of Main Street Capital Corporation at an average cost per share of $39.25. And my total gain with this company is actually pretty good, over 10%. Double-digit gain, which is something that I would not have expected to receive from a BDC. But I'm happy to see some appreciation there. The other BDC I have in my portfolio is ORCC, which is right below Main right there. Super high dividend yield on that guy. I think that's over 9%. Main Street Capital Corporation, I think their dividend yield's in the 5% range. So they also have a pretty high dividend yield as well. High dividend yield and some good appreciation to go along with it. Not too mad about that, guys. All right, and then moving on to the 11th payment from December, which came from Realty Income, another monthly dividend payer in my portfolio, who on December 15th paid me a dividend of $8.90. We are almost in that $9 range. Maybe next month we'll be there. But at any rate, guys, that brings our total officially to 3 figures in the month of December for a total dividend income so far to $102.29. All right, now scrolling down, let's find Realty Income there. So I currently have 36.314 shares of Realty Income at an average cost per share of $59.22. And my total gain right now is really not doing too bad. I've seen better. I've seen this company have over 20% gain in my portfolio, but a 16.76% return, still not too shabby. We're getting that monthly dividend every month as well, which is being reinvested. And I'm really hoping that come January, when we get that dividend payment, it's going to be over $9 per share. I think that's going to be awesome. I don't know why that's going to be so cool to me, but just seeing that dollar amount go up is cool. All right, guys, and we have one more payment for the month of December, but at the time of this recording, I actually haven't received that payment yet. That one is going to be coming from Lockheed Martin, who I believe is going to be paying me, if I do this math right, $8.90. Where's Lockheed Martin? Yeah, right here. Lockheed Martin's going to be paying me $8.90, which is going to bring our total for the entire month of December, guys, to $111.19. Like I said, I just haven't gotten this dividend payment yet. It's supposed to pay out on December 27th, which is 6 days after I'm recording this video. But that also means by the time you're watching this video, this payment will have already come in. So total for the month of December, guys, $111.19, which I think is a great way to end the year. Very happy to be seeing this portfolio consistently do 3 figures in dividend income more frequently. That's very cool. So that's my total for the month of December, guys. And now let's move on. I want to share with you guys my dividend income total for the entire year. I'm very excited. I'm just going to spill the beans. There's no special way to present it, but my total dividend income for the entire year of 2021 officially is $1,005.69. It's seriously unreal. I think my entire dividend income for 2020 was $100. It really wasn't much. I'm looking at it right here. My annual dividend income for 2020, $108.23. In just a year's time, we almost 10x'd the annual dividend income compared to the previous year. Now, this isn't going to happen every single year. I mean, in 2021, I combined 2 different portfolios into one, and that's why this gain was so substantial. But you know, my goal for the end of 2022, guys, is to, well, by September 2022, is to do over $2,000 in annual dividend income, which compared to this year would be double. So if I can at least double my annual dividend income between 2021 and 2022, I'll be one happy camper. I definitely think we can do it. We are basically 75% of the way there. But anyway, guys, it still just blows my mind. That is substantially more income than I received last year. And that just goes to show the power of consistency and the power of compound interest, I guess. You consistently contribute money to your portfolio and just let those dividends reinvest. And, I always say this, but it can compound a lot quicker than you realize. All right, guys, and with that behind us, now I want to give you a sneak peek into the dividend payments I expect to receive next month, this upcoming month of January 2022. So as you can see on the screen, we have a good handful of payments coming in January, starting with Altria Group on January 10th, followed by WP Carey on January 14th, then Main Street Capital Corporation and Realty Income on the 14th as well, and then finishing the month with ORCC and Campbell's Soup CPB on January 31st. But also, guys, we can expect to get dividend payments from JEPI and XYLD, which should come, if it's going to be the same thing as December, those should be coming on January 6th or somewhere around there. So yeah, guys, January looks like it's going to be a pretty good month of dividends. Looks like we will have about 8 different payments coming in. So should be pretty good time. Now with that said, guys, I want to move on. Let's get into the Q&A segment of this video. We've got 2 really great questions to answer today. The first of which comes from my friend Dint in the Dividenders Discord group, which if you would like to join that, basically it's just a big group chat for us dividend investors. I think there's over 285 members in the Discord right now. But if you'd be interested in joining, the link to do so is in the description of this video. But at any rate, guys, the first question from Dint wants to know, okay, I'm looking for some advice. I currently have a portfolio with mainly stocks, dividend growth, of course. Now, I'm thinking more often to switch towards an 80% ETF portfolio, mainly because I noticed I want to keep making these changes all the time. On the other hand, or on the other side, the individual stocks keep me interested in the market and kind of became a hobby for me. What would you suggest to do? I want to limit the number of transactions I make and stop tweaking all the time. Honestly, I think that's a really tough call, but I do think if you wanted to, you could still have an 80% ETF portfolio and have 20% be individual stocks. Just the allocation of those stocks and the positions aren't going to be as great as the ETFs. But I think here you could have your cake and eat it too. If you really wanted to, you could transition your portfolio into being 80% ETFs and just keep smaller positions in some of the individual holdings that you still want to maintain and hold on to. Now, the tricky part here is going to be not adding more to those individual holdings and keeping that 80% ETF allocation. If you wanted to ease into it at all, what you could do, instead of just going right to 80% ETFs, you could start a little bit slower. Maybe make your portfolio 50% ETFs, 50% individual holdings. Maybe chew on that for a little bit, see how that feels, and then if you want to go a little bit heavier on the ETFs from there, then, bump that up to the 80% or start making your way towards that. But I definitely think there's a way to do both here, to have the ETFs, make it mostly hands-off and very diverse, but also have some fun with those individual holdings as well. That's kind of my take, Dint. Hopefully that makes sense, my friend. There's so many different ways to slice this. I'm sure some of the people in the comment section will have a different way to approach this. And actually, I'd be very curious to hear what you guys think about this situation. What should Dint do to, have his cake or her cake and eat it too? Let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, now moving on to the second question, which also comes from the Dividenders Discord server. This one comes from Deadman1390, who says, seems like a lot of people are against dividend investing for younger people, but to me, if you can make money off your money yearly and the stocks continue to increase, even if it's slowest between the dividends and slow climb of the stock, you come out ahead. Anyone have thoughts on this? Just curious to see what you all think and what made you choose this way of investing instead of going for the big growth stock. So essentially what Deadman is saying here, guys, is there are people out there who think that when you're younger, you shouldn't be investing in dividend stocks. You should really allocate your portfolio more towards growth stocks and capital appreciation. And then as you get older, get closer to retirement, you switch that over to more dividend stocks that are going to give you that passive income every single month. I got to say, I don't personally subscribe to that. I may be missing something here, but I can tell you with absolute certainty that dividend investing just gets me excited. Like my preference and my temperament and my interest really is more aligned with that of dividend investing. I just really like the idea of generating cash flow through these investments, having those reinvest to buy more assets, which then, creates a snowball effect. It's very exciting, and it might be a slow way to go about building wealth. It is. Like, dividend investing takes time. But at the end of the day, I think what's important is that you're investing at all, or you're doing something, you know, whether you're buying growth stocks that go up or down in share price, or buying dividend stocks that pay you passive income every single month or every single quarter. I just think at the end of the day, what's important is that you're doing it. So that's my take on it, guys. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below as well, because I know that there are different schools of thought. And a lot of you guys out there have been investing for a longer period of time than I have. So like I said, maybe I'm missing something here. Anyway, my friends, with that said, that about wraps it up for today's video. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch this one. I really appreciate you guys spending some time with me today. And if you have not done so already, please don't forget to leave a like, leave a thumbs up on this video before you click on to the next one. And also, guys, leave me a comment below and let me know, what was your highest dividend paying stock in the month of December, and how much did you get from that bad boy? And last thing, guys, I know I mentioned it just a moment ago, but if you'd be interested in joining the Dividenders Discord server, all you have to do is click the link in the description. Super easy. It'll take you right to the group chat, basically, and you can start chatting with almost 300 other dividend investors. It's just a really solid, tight-knit community. A lot of cool stuff going on there. And I'm actually learning a lot from you guys in that Discord group. So thank you guys all for the great conversation. And all of you out there who have yet to join, I look forward to seeing you in there because we're having a lot of fun. And with that said, guys, I will now get out of your hair. But thank you once again so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.